Wait, on Andrew?
Yeah, what's going on? What's Dicot say about him?
So he JQs once after a black woman named Candace Owens and a white woman named Pearly, just Pearly Things, right? It takes all these women for Andrew Tate to be empowered by the women community and his own community, because he's very popular with these women, right? It's not like he pimped these women out and used them as products in his big pharma scheme to farm men and, sell them dopamine through the screen. Andrew Tate doesn't sell dopamine through screens. Come on, guys. That's a bunch of nonsense, some malarkey. But I mean, he literally had Dicot, probably a woke agency like the CIA. Look what happened with Trump, right? They went to Mar-a-Lago for classified documents. Joe Biden had classified documents too, but is he in jail? Is Hunter Biden in jail? The laptop, by the way, it's a real thing. Articles are written. They're real. There's evidence for the laptop. They're not in jail. Hillary Clinton, I mean, WikiLeaks emails, I mean, sacrificing chickens to Moloch, Kabbalah, Freemasonry. It all ties in together. Andrew Tate's father was a Freemason. And Tucker Carlson, what a weird guy. Won't have Nick Fuentes on. Andrew Tate doesn't
Dude, we're
seem to
talking about
invite Nick
Andrew
Fuentes on
Tate,
either.
bro. We're stay on Andrew.
Okay, Andrew. Yeah, this emblem, but they're saying it's not a Jewish emblem. It's not an Israeli emblem. It's like a Romanian thing. It is true about that. I looked into it. It's not an Israeli symbol. It looks like an IDF symbol. I'll tell you that. But I mean, don't. I mean, Andrew Tate. He's
Dude,
really
stay
selling
on
porn.
Andrew Tate, bro.
Okay,
Not
okay.
you.
I'm saying Andrew Tate
Chill. Zerka
called
is
Zherka a
asking
clown, by the
you.
way. What a
Wait,
despicable,
bro.
Bro,
nasty
just
man.
say you're not following Tate news.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
bro.
follow any of the Tate guys. I just see it in my For You. No, I'm being
Bro,
It just
what
got
serious.
else?
released.
All right,
Bro,
Zerka Rage, what's going on with Tate? Apparently, he doesn't have the 30 days in jail, but there's 46 new cases plus what?
They're
I
all
think
fake.
Junior. I think he can speak better about this than me. Junior, you wanna go ahead or Ivy?
yo, what's up? What you want me to explain, bro? My bad.
Isn't this an Arab?
What the Arab, bro? Why you say it like
Bah,
that? First of all,
land the plane,
bro,
bro. Give us
you're
the
more
scoop.
Arab than me, bro. You're Albanian, bro.
Land the plane. This is Caucasian
Yo,
talking. Land
Zherka,
the
what does he
plane.
think about Kurbani, animal sacrifice? And
Come on, bro. We're talking about Tate Jr. Come on, stay on Tate. Like, what's going on with Tate, bros?
Okay. Tate
Yo,
right
Zerka, I got a
now, bro.
question
There's not a
for you.
lot of evidence. He's about to be free soon. Dicot is just trying to pressure him because the case is almost over. So they're seizing all of his assets once again. They're trying to contact and offer like people reward money. And actually, they're looking at evidence that's been provided from X. So a lot of evidence that's coming from this platform is being used in Romanian courts. So there's a lot of different moving pieces, bro. But the main thing to focus on is that they're receiving this pressure just because the case is almost over and they want to avoid them kind of just going free. So they want to pressure them one more time, kind of get the media to talk about it, get all of us to talk about it. But the charges are not being laid down. The judge called them based, right? The
Wait, he
judge is
called him
like,
based? What?
bro, the judge is
The
on, bro. The judge is on
based?
point. The judge is on
Wait,
point.
what?
I don't know if he literally called them based, but I'm just summarizing for you
Okay,
that
bro. We
the
need real
judge is
news
on
here,
their good
bro.
side.
Okay, we
And
got
it's looking
Myron.
good, bro. It's looking good. The media is all over the place with the story,
It's
but
not looking.
Yo, guys, chill. We got Myron Zerka. He's on Fresh and Fit account. Myron, do you want to help us with Andrew, the Tate brothers situation?
What do you mean in particular?
He
What's the
Yeah, we don't know
situation?
what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
give us a detailed, because half the community is saying he's. Everyone else is saying no. It's the ending of the case. It's the tail end. They're saying 46 new cases. I'm sure you're following it, right?
Well, here's the thing, man. I think it's all bullshit, and I think it's their way of getting money out of them. Romania is a corrupt ass country. Um, the girls that they're bringing in for this shit, like they know them personally, and then some of them they haven't even like they might have met them like randomly, or they might have like talked to them one time, and they're trying to say that they're victims. Like everything here just reeks of like oddities, man. So there's just
Do we really think that Tate's gonna get released, or are they just gonna keep on dragging this on? Because it seems like it was for to take away his influence, kind of in a way, and he keeps on being relevant with Candace Owens interviews, Tucker Carlson interviews. He can pretty
Bro,
quickly gain back relevance.
bro, the problem is like no one wants to see this man in jail. Just as men, right? But so I don't even want to speak it into existence. But the reality in Romania is like a country like that, they could put away whoever the hell they want to put away. You know what I mean? And like he even said himself, the prosecutor was in his house, said, "There's a case if we want to make a case." So it's just, they're
Yeah,
not
it's
they're
a
not
You
they're
Jewish,
gotta
not taking their
understand
foot
a
that
off the
Jewish
gas.
scam.
these guys have been there for a very long time. They've been making a bunch of money there. Romania is a very poor country. I've been there multiple times. You know, if you're a multimillionaire in Romania, it's like 10 to 11x, what you would make in the United States. I mean, Zerko was literally just in Albania. He could tell you, like Eastern Europe is very poor, and Romania is one of the poorer countries in the in Eastern Europe. So there's a lot of jealousy there. I also do want to know, bring to your guys' attention that, he got arrested fairly quickly after he converted to Islam as well. And Romania is a Christian country as well. So you add in the fact that he's influential. We know that the United Kingdom had a hard on for him, because I've always said this, that the biggest reason why they went after Andrew is because he's influential to the teenage boys, the masculine youth. Like, and that, if you got kids coming to school every day saying, what color is your Bugatti? And you're and I'm just going to go ahead and make money off of the real world. I don't need to go to college and shit like that. And you have thousands upon thousands of kids in the UK and the United States saying this thanks to TikTok. And, remember in 2022, you couldn't escape him. He was the most Googled guy in the world. So I think the biggest thing was his influence is what they were scared of. And they're like, yeah, we got to shut this guy down. So I think the United Kingdom, obviously the United States, but the UK especially, had a hard on, and they probably collaborated with the Romanian authorities like, hey, we got to shut this guy down. And then obviously it's no mistake that he does the Nelk interview. He did the collab with Aiden Ross, had hundreds of thousands of people watching. He gets canceled that year, that month in August in 2022. His Instagram goes down, then his YouTube goes down, then he gets kicked off of Twitter. He gets kicked off of all platforms. And then a couple months after that, he's arrested. So they absolutely wanted to silence him and stifle his influence to a degree. So it all happened in perfect timing because all of that shit happened pretty much the same year.
Bro, let's keep
My,
it 1,000, bro. Like the America or whatever country that's more powerful, the big brother called in and said, "Get shut this guy down." They got the call, the call, right? And these people are, and then the prosecutor obviously is gonna go after, like she's clout chasing. Like, bro, they when they arrested him the second time, they bring in like this Call of Duty squad. They don't use the about like normal white people. Like, they bring their little ladders and hop over the fence. Like,
Yeah, and keep in
it's
mind
total
that the
clout
police were
chasing.
checking in with them every day.
Yeah,
Like I was
exactly. It's
there.
like
Like I
hilarious.
was there in Romania with them. Like, bro, the police would come every day and check in on these guys. I saw it. Like I witnessed it. So like for them to come in and say, "Oh yeah, let's go ahead and like break the or come through thing that makes zero sense when you guys were checking in on them. Like they literally were on judicial arrest, like they couldn't leave the country. So again, they're making this a spectacle. What I think is that the reason why they went after them again was the first case wasn't that strong. They said, let's go ahead and hit these guys again, get another opportunity, seize the cars, take the money, whatever it may be. And the other thing too is that I don't think Romania anticipated that they would get worldwide coverage and news like this when they arrested them the first time, because now they have to do something. Now, if they don't successfully prosecute these guys, they're going to look like they have egg on their face. So they're going to try to get them on some kind of charge to some degree, get them to be convicted, whether they do a little bit of jail time or they pay a fine. Their goal is they have to convict them of something now to not look like idiots, because I don't think they anticipated the worldwide coverage and news that they got when they arrested him back in the end of 2022 or 2023 it was. So yeah,
And,
man, and keep in mind that like no one knew where the Romania was before the Tate brothers at all.
do
and
you
bro,
believe it's gonna be like? Do you believe it's gonna be
except for
like they're
Dracula,
gonna be
right?
in jail even longer than they were the first time around? Like,
Well, if they could have done that before, but they didn't. You know what I mean? Like they just had a chance just now to put them
Yeah, they're not in jail, bro.
under arrest, and they literally got house arrest. So Andrew, I think, is on house arrest, and Tristan can't leave the country.
Bro, what's
damn.
crazy? What's crazy is they didn't expect the global attention, but they got it. And I think now they're like addicted to it. Like the prosecutor, she's like a lab rat. She keeps pressing like for the sugar water to come down. She's gonna keep trying it.
She's
Well,
And
fast.
and keep in mind, it's a new prosecutor now. They don't have the old prosecutor before. The prosecutor prior
it's
to
even
this was a guy
worse.
that was known for taking mafia guys down. He actually ended up getting like a promotion and like leaving the original case. I think that's another reason too why they came after him.
No,
A lot
Myron,
of people
Myron,
don't know that.
Myron. You know what?
Like, hold on, Ivy.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know that the first prosecutor on the case was a famous prosecutor that went after a lot of drug traffickers um, and organized crime in Romania. He actually built his name off this case, and he ended up getting promoted. And then that case actually simmered down a bit. I think that's another reason why they came with these new charges. Now they have this new prosecutor on, who's a female, like I think Ivy's trying to say. So she's probably trying to make a name for herself as well. So there's a lot of political gain. There's a lot of personal gain in this case. They're obviously able to take a bunch of money in this situation. So to them, it's like a win-win. But I do think that they're trying their very hardest to at least get one conviction on here, so they don't end up with egg on their face. But go ahead, Ivy. What were you gonna say?
Thank you. Yeah, I was. That's a good point that it is a female also, but no, I was gonna say, uh, in another space, Kim.com was speaking, and he said that for his case, what they were doing to try to like screw him was they had a really good judge that was like on it, and prosecutors too that were fair and balanced, right? And what they would do is they would promote them to get rid of them, to bring in someone that's more corrupt that will railroad him. And so I think that's kind of what they're doing. They're trying to like get the prosecutors that will do what they want in. And so that might explain sort of the promotion of the other guy.
And the other thing
I think the
too, right?
weirdest thing.
Laps, hold
Oh, go
on.
ahead.
Let Myron
Hold on.
speak. Let Myron speak.
And the other thing too, also that I think is that I think is worth noting is that there's a bunch of tracer accounts here on X that it's their mission to try to like say, oh, they're guilty. Look at this. Like I was in a space yesterday listening to these this crayon dude and Milk Bar TV. Like these dudes literally live to try to like just defame Andrew and Tristan all day and say that they're guilty and all this other shit. And they're using all these clips of them from like 10 years ago or whatever, talking about and all this other stuff. So to try to like make them point them out to be human traffickers. And here's the other thing too. Like, look, people need to understand that the age of consent in a lot of these Eastern European countries is like 15, 16. So you could say whatever you want, though I might not necessarily agree with it. It's legal over there. So if these guys are, getting with women in these age groups, like it's legal. Like they're not breaking the laws. So people could say whatever they want to say, but you know, at the end of the day, Eastern Europe is a different world, and they have different ages of consent.
Is it true that the age of consent in Mexico used to be 12, like up till like 5 or 6 years ago? Is that true?
I don't know, but a lot of places in the world actually the age of consent is 16. Like Canada, I know is 16, or like pretty much a lot of Eastern Europe is 16. Um,
30 US is 16.
what was that?
30 of the states in the US are 16 for age of consent.
Is it really? Okay, I knew a couple of the states here. I
That's
didn't
the
know it was
whole
that
mess
many.
about it. It's like 8 or 9 that are 18. It's like maybe 15 that are 17, and then it's like 30 that are 16.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of states that are also like 17, 18, whatever it may be. But the point I'm trying to make is that they're trying to say that they got with underage girls in Eastern Europe at the age of consent. Like they keep bringing up like Andrew Tate's like girlfriend, I forget her name, the blonde girl, right? That he dated for a very long time. They keep trying to say that he trafficked her, and I'm like, bro, number one, that chick is from Slovakia. The age of consent there is 15. What the are you guys trying to say? You know what I mean? If she was even 15 at the time, but that's what they're alleging. Oh, she was 15 when he met her. Okay, well, guess what? That was age of consent in that country. So shut the up. But
You,
it's crazy how they're trying to paint this narrative, trying to say that they broke the law when they didn't.
you know what they're doing, Myron? It's like, when like the statute of limitations for something like manslaughter, there is one, but murder there isn't, right? So they try to upgrade the charge to try to, like they did with Bill Cosby, they try to upgrade a charge to have it fit within the statute of limitations. So that's why they keep saying like, oh, it's not or whatever. It's trafficking because he brought her to make these videos. So then that's why it's not okay or whatever. Like, not okay meaning the law, but whether
Well,
whether you agree or
they
not,
shift
fine.
the goalposts. First, it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
first he's hooking up with underage girls. Oh no, he's not because the girls are actually of age and age according to the laws of that land. Oh, well then he's trafficking her because he brought her to Romania with him. Like, dude, like what are you guys talking about? Like, so let me get this straight. If you meet a girl and she ends up being your girlfriend, right, and you date her seriously because he dated this woman for like 10 years, just so everybody knows, this was his main girlfriend for a very long time, right? Um, And I think they still have a cordial relationship even to this day. So yeah, actually they do, because she obviously came out and defended him when they tried to say that the video of him beating her or whatever. She had to come out and say like, yo, that was a video that we made a while ago. But either way, like, so you meet a girl and you're like, hey, look, I like you, etc. I live in this country. Would you like to come with me? And she comes with you, and then you go ahead and people go ahead and say, well, that's trafficking. Is it really? So by that definition, all of us traffickers. You telling me you've never met a girl from another state or another country and said, hey, I'd like for you to come with me here and move in with me. Is that trafficking now? Is that what we're gonna say? It's crazy here, bro. It's literally starting to get crazy.
I
Wait,
think the
Zerka, I saw
craziest
you
thing
unmute
about
your mic.
this,
I
I
saw
think the
Zerka
craziest
unmute.
thing, I think the craziest thing about this case that I seen was like a couple weeks back when they said they were free to leave the country, and then they just like immediately rescinded it, like it was like some gotcha moment. I was like, what?
Yeah, Zerka, I saw you unmute. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, and their mom is sick too, bro. So it's like they couldn't even visit their mom when she had a stroke. I think like a couple months back, right around Christmas time, they couldn't visit their mom. So it's ridiculous, bro. It's really stupid. And here's the thing too that I want everybody in this chat to understand. Like, if they could do this to them, yo, this is what they're gonna use. This is gonna be the playbook that they use. If you get with a girl and you move her somewhere or whatever it may be, and then she decides to get mad at you down the road, or they decide, oh, you know what, let's go after this guy. They're gonna say that you trafficked her, bro. According to these weird ass terms that they use, if you fly out, if you a girl come with you to meet somewhere, or if you meet a girl somewhere, they're gonna define it as trafficking. That's what it's going to. And I find it interesting how we sit here and we say, oh, feminism and women are equal to men and they have agency and all this other bullshit, right? We say all this stuff about female empowerment. But as soon as some shit like this pops off, what do they say? Oh, you trafficked her. She's a victim now. So wait, hold on. A second ago, you just said that she can make her own decisions and she has agency and she's equal to a man. So, but now you want to come back and say, oh no, she wasn't capable of consenting, or she wasn't capable of doing this because she's a victim. Which one is it? Either women are bumbling that can't make their own decisions and don't have agency, or equal adults that do have agency, and we need to just call a spade a. We need to stop punishing and trying to legalize, trying to outlaw females making bad sexual decisions. That's the reality. That's what we're
Yep.
getting towards, guys.
And
Boom, Don DeMarco,
here's the way I see it. Okay, we see these videos on Twitter, X, and all that of those women pretending they're hurt, and the guy goes to help them, and then they stab him with a needle and steal his money. Here's the question: if a 17 or a 16-year-old girl lures a guy into an alleyway, right, and then stabs him with a knife and takes his money, technically, by this liberal logic, she's not guilty because she's not old enough to deceive this man. She's only 16. Can a man be deceived by a 16? Is a 16-year-old capable of evil or not? I always wonder. I'm like, if we go by this logic that, oh, it's a minor, so they can't do anything wrong because they're just not intelligent enough, bro, you're just waiting for something horrific to happen to you. And I guess, I don't want to like make the conversation go this way, right? But for the Tate case, I'm wondering, does and Myron, I'm asking you, does the Romanian law even matter anymore? Because it's like international now. The whole world's talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just setting a dangerous precedent where they're gonna start like, this whole lover boy method in itself is clown world to me too. Because if you're gonna use this logic of, oh, the lover boy method, you went ahead and you seduced the woman into like becoming your, hoe. Okay, well, let's go ahead and use this logic. You know how many girls are here using the lover girl method? If we went ahead and used the same logic
100.
on females, bro, all these jail. You know how many girls have dudes in the friend zone that they're forcing them to take out to expensive dinners
And
and go to the
and
club and all this other shit?
Myron, their lover girl method actually gets guys to kill themselves,
Bro,
right?
it's ridiculous, man.
I
Like
know
you
Charlie got 4 guys to themselves, dude.
Cuffin might be next.
I gotta say this. I remember this one girl try to use the level girl method on me, and then she wouldn't let me like flirt back because I was seducing the of her panties, and she was a lesbian too. But I said, but to be honest, bro, like yeah, the girls definitely use that against men nowadays, and you can't even use your masculine energy or your date IQ to around with her.
Bro, you sound like you got cucked by
Yo, I want to
Tabana.
add one thing to what Myron said about the prosecutor, right? It's a new
Yeah,
one,
youth
right?
and Indian.
They're
Good.
using these new charges, by the way. By the way, when Andrew Tate was speaking, he said that they were trying to get him on his baby mama, accusing him as a trafficker too. But that's not even a
Yeah.
real charge. Also, a lot of people didn't even bring that up. I think they're also doing that to Tristan. But apparently, there's some evidence that Andrew he bribed a 15-year-old for £5,000 and then paid her half of that.
I
And
don't think that story is correct. I think
who
wasn't the
knows,
claim.
but
It
I'm
wasn't
not going
for
to say
doing
that
it with
he's
her.
guilty. I'm not going
Can
to
you
say
hear
he's
Zherka?
guilty.
He's
I think
talking.
he's innocent till
Zherka's
proven
talking.
guilty.
Tabia,
Zherka's talking.
I don't think it was to hook up with her. I think it was the claim was by those Milk Bar and those guys that hate Tate. The claim was to
Hmm.
for her to say good things about him, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah,
not what
yeah.
I heard.
But I think you're just making shit up, Tabia.
No, I'm not making shit up. Somebody just told me in DMs
No, the
that
claim is
there
that
was a deal
the
made
claim is
to
that
have
he.
with a minor, 15
And
years old.
You have an
also,
echo.
not
You
to
guys have
be
an
a
one at a
conspiracy
time,
I'm
guys.
theorist.
not saying.
Yo, what guys? Yo, respect Myron. Go ahead, man. Sorry for the thing. Yo, Zerka, you should send invite to Myron
Don't
whenever he
call me.
wants. Huh?
Yeah. What?
What the? Yeah.
Yeah. What?
One at a time, guys.
Yeah.
Oh
One
yeah,
at
I
a
wasn't
time. Well,
finished
I
with my
think
point.
Tabia just like mixed up the news there. The
Um,
€5,000 thing I heard was wasn't it for? Well, she claims that I never believe, but she
Hmm.
claims it's basically to say good things about him.
Zherka,
That's what the money was
I'm not too
for.
sure, but listen,
Bro, I'm not
the
gonna
point
lie,
is,
dude. I'm not gonna lie. We who are up, we give money to randoms. We give money to family, friends. I could literally go to jail because I was generous and gave money, and they'd be like, "You gave money as a bribe." How the can you
mhm.
prove that? What if I just want
Yeah,
to give some
I
people
don't
some
trust women,
fucking
Zerka.
money?
But listen, the point is that what Myron said, that context is really important. If these prosecutors are going after the Tate brothers for promotions, what do you think this is about? I think it's the same thing. I mean, who gives charges?
and
We
then
all know they're
also, let's
innocent.
not
We know they're
forget
smart.
that
We
this
know they're
was
smart.
also, let's not forget that this happened days after the Candace Owens space where they were criticizing and talking about. So, not saying that played a part in it, but I mean, the coincidence and the timing is damn near
I
impeccable.
honestly say it's this. It is the JQ because what's the most talked about topic that has the ADL after your ass? It's literally the JQ and the
Jesuits,
JP
Q.
question, right?
The Jesuit
Well,
question.
the ADL literally just wrote an article on Candace like 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
days ago, so she made it into the
Mm-hmm.
ADL Hall of Fame, as usual. So
Exactly. I
anytime
want to be there too.
anyone
And Myron,
fucking
please join that list too.
bro, stop
yeah,
talking
well,
over him.
yeah,
Zherka, maybe give Myron co-host so he can mute or whatever.
yeah.
Copy
So
that.
they she had this space, right, and she had this space, and she had Dave Smith on there, Dan Bilzerian, and both Tate brothers, and they were going pretty hard talking about Israel and shit like that. And then a couple of days after the fact, next thing you know, they're getting their house raided. So and we know what the ADL does. We know what the Media Matters does. They're literally targeting her right now. They're trying to get they got both of they're trying to get her Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate videos taken down on YouTube, and they're trying to get her banned because this is what the ADL does. They try to censor free speech, which we need to ban the ADL. I literally tweeted about this shit. Like, this is a serious problem, bro. Media Matters, ADL, all these censorship groups, they're all on. Like, that's just what it is, and they go after you hardcore anytime you talk about maybe. And this is really what it comes down to. I'm just saying, anytime some at you and says, "Oh, that's anti-Semitic," you know what you respond? You say, "Okay, but am I a liar? Suck a." That's what you got to say now, with heads. Like, that's literally what it comes down to, because they're gonna sit there and say you're a blah blah blah. Well, then I respond, "Am I a liar?" Oh no, then shut the fuck up. Is it not true that you assholes run all the banks? Is it not true that you are in charge of all the censorship for the big platforms? Is it not true that you guys run 3 out of the 4 big tech companies that run the social media platforms? Is it not true that you guys lobby to get the creators banned anytime they talk negatively about it? Nothing I said is a issues in the United States, whether it's 9/11, the JFK assassination, RFK, the SS Liberty, nuclear information being stolen from us through Jonathan Pollard, and all these other issues. If you mention any of this shit, they sit there and say, "Oh, well, you're just a conspiracy theorist." Not really. A lot of this shit is factual. So am I hire? And the answer is no. So suck. Like we gotta stop being scared of them using that stupid ass term anti-Semite that shit,
Bro,
man. That's
Myron.
what they do.
Yeah, Myron, it's funny. I totally agree. What's funny is I asked Lucas Gage this question, and look, I totally disavow what he said. But I was like, look, how do you stop people from like framing anti-Semite or whatever and controlling the frame? He was like, bro, you don't try to like put it on your frame or whatever. He's like, you just destroy theirs. He was like, you gotta straight up be like, listen, I don't care that grandma was turned into soap. Like, I don't care about any of that. I don't care if you call me an anti-Semite. Like, bro, I totally agree. You gotta just
You know,
smash through it.
the best answer. No, this is how you do it, bro. You tell them that your grandparents died in the Holocaust. Your grandpa was the first person to learn how to rollerblade, and they turned your grandma into rollerblades. And every time he'd fall, he'd cry out in pain. And so super glued a kazoo into his mouth. And every time he fell down, he'd go, like, dude, if you say that
Bro,
to
what are
these
you
people,
saying?
man, they spiral. Did you not hear me?
That nigga
I
eating
wouldn't
What are
say
dick.
you
that.
saying?
That
I'm
nigga eating
more.
cup and
You
boy.
use a synonym for that.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm a Nick.
Well, anyway,
I'm
Yo,
a nigga.
yeah,
Where are your
look
parents from,
again.
bro?
Like I was
Nigeria?
saying before, they're going to use these stupid ass terms, and I think when Candace had her space, she brought like this loser named Andrew, the stupid dude, the Tase Me Bro guy,
Andrew Cleveland,
and
right?
she brought
No.
the guy Smith, Dave Smith or whatever, to kind of like alleviate any type of allegations. But it's like, no, man, like don't bring these assholes in. Like give your viewpoints. Like the people wanted to hear you talk. They want to hear Andrew Tate talk. They want to hear Dan Bilzerian talk. They didn't give a losers. Like this dude, Dave Smith, went on flagrant and like completely tucked himself out and didn't say what really was. And that's the problem with these assholes go on these platforms. They're too scared to say anything. He's the himself, and he was terrified to talk about the issues with Zionism when he went over there flagrant. He totally pussed out.
Yeah,
Myron, what's your thoughts
and
on
normal.
What's your thoughts on Coven?
We all no one cares about Kafan, bro. Normal finger
Shut
style
up, Indy.
belly.
Actually,
Shut up,
actually,
Indy.
I do want to hear, Myron. I do want to hear you on Puff the Red Pill Kids. Am I? Am I on?
Yeah.
I guess Myron doesn't know who Cuffham is, right?
Yeah, I don't really know who he is, man. There's something about his girl cheating on him or some shit like that. I don't know. I saw something on the
He
Twitter
sent
stream.
her voice clips of him crying.
be honest, Zerka. Cuffham walked in on his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, guy, an OnlyFans model, in his Tesla. They were recording on autopilot, 100 miles an hour.
Wait, what? Like his
Cuffham
Stop.
walked in on his girl getting by a white guy who has an OnlyFans in his Tesla.
Stop.
and the dude was recording it for his OnlyFans?
He was making content.
Stop it, bro.
Cuffham's fans are
Yeah.
gonna watch it soon.
What the?
Get ready, boys. $4.99.
Wow, dude. Well, yo, this is why, real talk, man. People call me a misogynist or a woman hater or whatever it may be, but if people watch my pod, they wouldn't be doing dumb shit like this. Like, this is why I be warning my, like, bro, don't cuff a girl or cuff them, right? No pun intended. Before you like actually vet the girl. That's why I say, yo, vet a girl for 6 months to a year, man, so that like you can figure out like when she has glaring red flags. Because here's the problem, bro. This girl, like a girl's not gonna randomly a dude like this in your car while recording it without like blatant red flags coming to your attention. But if you're not like red pill aware, right, and you don't understand how women move and how they operate, like you're not gonna see the flags because you're gonna be, you're too happy that you're getting to actually look at the red flags and be able to decide, oh, is this girl worth wifing up? Because let me tell you guys something about hoes. They all have certain characteristics that are that giveaway that they're. You don't deal with enough women and you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna miss these red flags. Then your dumbass gonna sit there and say, oh, you want to be my girlfriend? And then next thing you know, she's your girlfriend, and then she's doing stupid shit like that. So you don't just wake up one day and she's dude in your Tesla. Like there were many red flags that you probably missed on the path to her doing that shit.
Myron, I always make the argument, and it makes men look weak. I hate saying this, but it is true. Even
How
when
old
you
is
have
this
the
guy? How old is this dude?
I think he's 23, right?
Yeah,
He's
there
old
you go.
enough. But I always make the argument that even when you have a lot of experience with women, there's these, I don't know what the goggles are called, but like every time a guy starts like vibing with a girl, he likes her, he starts to like, it's like he's blind to the red flags.
Yeah, this is why you gotta like keep watching red pill content and stay sharp, bro. And this is also why you gotta have other. Like people call me crazy when I say this shit. When I say, "Yo, you need to, be making a good amount of money. You need to be in shape. You need to keep your sexual market value high. You need to have other women." Like the problem, and I've seen so many famous guys fall for this. And again, this isn't me attacking Cuffham. He's a kid, bro. He's in his early 20s. You don't know nothing. But like this is the issue with famous guys or guys that get money when they're young. Is that like they didn't like build up the prerequisite attraction triggers that women look for when it comes to like respecting you and following your lead and not wanting to be sense. So like when you get money and fame quickly, right? What ends up happening, and you see it with a lot of these guys. You look at like Aiden Ross, you look at like these dudes that are streamers that are big or whatever, and they get this money and they get like the girls use them for clout, and then they leave them, right? Like who's this? Ixis or some bullshit like that. Like these hoes make careers off of being with these guys. And then they go off and have their own shit and they break up with them. Well, why? Because a lot of these streamers aren't in shape. They haven't really had a real job before. They haven't built up their masculinity through suffering. Like, dude, you become a 21-year-old and you're a millionaire or you got some fame or you got some clout or whatever. Like, I honestly, genuinely believe the worst thing that can happen to you as a young man is being rich. That's the worst thing that can happen to you because you don't build up quick character, you don't build up hard work ethic, you don't build up certain things that you need to be an attractive man. When you've suffered enough, you can look in the eye and be like, no, we're not doing that, or no, shut up, or this is what we're gonna do. But when you're a young dude and you haven't built up that you haven't built up that skill set, you haven't built up that character, well, look at you like, oh, you're equal to me. And that's the issue. Like you never want, bro, we are superior to the mind all you assholes in the thing right now. These women are inferior. They're shorter, they're dumber, they're weaker, they're stupider. They don't have the same level of competence that we do. Like, don't fucking forget, guys, that men are the ones that create the world and build it up to where it's at to this point now, where these stupid ass actually think that they're equal to us. It's comical. If we had women in leadership roles in the world, we literally would still be in the Stone Ages rubbing sticks together trying to figure out fire. Literally useless to society. And the fact that a lot of you guys pedestalize these and let them dictate how the terms go. Let them pick the dates. You listen to her. Oh my God, happy wife, happy. It makes me sick when I see men sit there and pedestalize women that, quite frankly, are married to them. And here's the funny part too: all these feminists that fought for female revolution, etc., back in the '60s, etc. Look at what women have to do freedom. They're showing their the internet. So you're telling me that these dumb fought for freedom and to be treated as equals, and then what do they regress back to? Showing their because that's what they end up. That's their main skill set. That's the majority of the females. The top earning females are hoes. Think about that shit. The top earning females aren't doctors and lawyers. They're either hoes or they stole that money from a dude that did make the money through divorce. So again, I want every single one of you mother listening right now. Never let a woman lead anything. You're the man. You're the leader. You're the are inferior to us. Okay? I don't even think women should be voting. They're about to put Kamala Harris and this country's going to go down shitter. Thanks to females. They're the ones that put Joe Biden in too. So again, one more time for all you guys in here. Men lead, women follow. One more time. Men lead, women follow. Your girl doesn't talk back to you. She doesn't tell you what it is. You lead the relationship. That's how it goes. But the problem here with Cuffham is he got rich, he got famous, he wasn't able to spot the flags, and the next thing you know, she's sucking some dude in a Tesla that he's paying for. That's acceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah, Myron, you said everything you said is correct, but it's crazy when you go point by point, nobody ever remembers it. That's why we keep doing the red pill stuff. I'll break it down like this. The difference from Aiden Ross, Cuffham, and these guys that get cucked bad, the main difference is, have you noticed the woman is not afraid of the guys? The women that date me or Myron, they're actually afraid of us. So go into the fear component.
Bring up Will Smith, please.
Yeah, so the fear, right? So let me explain this, right? So the fear doesn't come from you slapping her, guys. The fear comes from her losing you. And the thing is, the only way that she's going to be afraid to lose you, she's got to respect you. How does she respect you? Well, number one, you need a shape. A lot of you mother triple chin, stomach hanging over your pants, not in shape. You look like your stomach is pitcher's mouth. Like if you're fat or out of shape, unacceptable. You got to be single digit body fat damn near all year round. You need shape. That's number one. That's how you keep your sexual market value high from a physicality standpoint. Next, you can't be brokey. Too many guys are poor. You can't pay for a dinner date. You can't pay to take her out, whatever it may be. Bro, you got to stop being a brokey. And then third, you got to just be a leader, a dominant guy. Like, bro, look, I have a girlfriend right now, right? I have a serious girlfriend, Angie, right? She follows my lead. She don't give me a headache, whatever. I make all the decisions. If she says, gives a suggestion, right? That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I make the final decision. So if she says something, hey, could we do this, blah, blah, blah? If I agree, I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Or I'll just be like, look her dead in the face and be like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to do this. And she'll be like, okay. And she don't argue with me. Why? Because she understands and respects me. And she has a fear of losing me because I built myself up to be a certain type of guy where she knows, okay, I'm not going to be able to go back out into the world and find that. As long as you're, the key, guys, is to satisfy your girl's hypergamy. Can she do better than you? If she feels like she can do better than you, that's when disrespect comes in. So you have to be the best option that she has, right? For her to realize, oh shit, I'm terrified of losing this guy. At the same time, right? You have to find a girl that's not, well, girls are you do. She's gonna be no matter what. So you gotta find a girl that has a dad, that has a good religious background of some kind, right? She doesn't have to, it could be Christianity, Muslim, whatever it may be, because she has some fear of God. Then typically a strong masculine presence, whether it's a strong brother, relationship with her brother, whatever it may be, and a bunch of other things as well. I don't want to go all into it and bore you guys. But the point is that you got to find a good girl first. Then you have to have high value. When you find that good girl, she's going to be able to recognize that high value, and she doesn't want to because it's embarrassing to her because she was raised correctly. And then bam, you're good. The problem with this girl, more than likely, that Cuffham had is she was probably in the beginning. No, she definitely was. Not to say probably. She definitely was. He didn't realize the red flags early enough, and then it led to what he discovered in his Tesla, where she's sucking random white dudes in a car that he purchased. You don't. That doesn't happen overnight. That was months, if not years, of him ignoring red flags of her being a.
Will Smith and Stephen Curry, they're married. They have these wives, and yet they're still beta males. And a lot of what Myron is saying, it's true. Like these men
Well,
are
I'll tell
not
you why.
making
It's
their
because they
women
pedestalize
scared.
their girl, bro. It's because look, when your girl is going to interviews and saying stupid shit like, "Oh, I don't get enough attention" or any of the other bullshit, it's like, bro, like the problem is that they pedestalize their girl. Like I tell you guys this shit all the time. Never pedestalize your girl. You're the leader. You're the prize. It's never her, bro. Women are. Other thing too, I want like all the guys in here because I know we got probably a bunch of young guys in here. Like, bro, beautiful women are common, guys. Like, they're all over the place. And if you talk to one bimbo, trust me, you've talked to them all. They all have the same dumbass interests. I like to hang out with friends and go to the beach and shop. They all have the same dumb hobbies. Well, they don't really even have hobbies. They all have the same dumbass worldview. They're a lot of them are, and once you figure out that a lot of them are bumbling an IQ of 68, then you're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not gonna pedestalize these girls. And that's how all of you guys need to move. The problem is that so many guys like take girls seriously. Don't take them seriously. They're idiots. Most idiots. And typically the hotter they are, the dumber they are. So you need to stop pedestalizing hot girls, man. Matter of fact, make fun of them for being stupid. I do it all the time.
And you know what's funny? Even when they're not, Zerka likes to point this out, and I think he pointed out on your podcast, Myron. At first time I ever heard this, yeah, she might not be on OnlyFans, but she definitely is on someone's camera roll, stuck in. And so you gotta get used to it. You know what I mean? That's how it is nowadays. That's just average.
Yeah, and I think that's some of the biggest mistakes that modern day guys make is that they pedestalize girls, and that's why they run around and behave the way that they do. Bro, I just tweeted a clip on my Unplugged FedEx one where I do most of my tweeting. Like this fat, like on the whatever podcast, saying that NBA players hit her up and shit like that. And this, she's like oh, clearly like 300 pounds, and she's over here bragging about dudes hitting her up and all this other bullshit. I'm like, oh, what the? But this is where we are, where women that are whales are getting more attention than Shamu. Like it's crazy, man, that we got this sexual marketplace now where fat women have the ball to get on podcasts and say this shit. And here's the scary part. I actually believe her because we got so many simps out here that pedestalize women. Like if more guys thought like me and realized that most women are inferior, bumbling dumbasses, then we would have a better world because they'd be able to check these girls and be like, look, sweetheart, just shut up and be in the kitchen and make a sandwich. Like, you're not equal to me in any way. And if more guys thought the way that I did, we would have a way better functioning society. Because I'll tell y'all this, 70, 80 years ago, guys thought the way I did, and we had a thriving economy. Now, these want to sit here, oh yeah, women and men are equal. We're about to go into this election. We're about to have a female president. Let's see what happens next. Doomed. We're going to be Canada.
And
Yeah, I
bro,
can't wait for Indians to start shitting in the street in public and eating cow shit and showering in
You
cow shit.
know, you know that's the one thing that's. Hold on, let me close this door, guys.
Oh yeah, speaking of Indians, man, all this recent like Indian hilarious. I love it because they do stink. I've been saying this shit for years. Nick, yo,
Myron, rest in
Indian
Now,
peace
food
to
is
hold on,
Barry.
gross. Indian food
hold
is
on,
gross.
guys.
They stink. Their accents sound like shit.
Hold on. I love the Indian memes, but why are we pretending like the food's not
No, the
great?
food sucks, bro.
Bro, they eat cow shit
What?
for
Curry
how do
is
you know words?
disgusting, man. Dude, I've
What?
been talking
They
shit about
shower in cow
Indians
piss too.
for years, man. Their food sucks. It's spicy and it's gross. They stink. Their accents sound like crap. When you go into their grocery stores, they all smell the same. Everything is overpriced at their. They
I've
worship
never
cows.
had.
That's
Everyone has this instinct to shit on them. I like it. It's jokes, but I don't know what it is about me. I've always found them to be sweet. Like they're not aggressive. They're nice people.
Actually, Zerka, you have a misconception because if you're a woman and you go over there to India, they'll grope the shit out of you. They'll worship you.
yeah, that's actually
Yeah,
true.
I used to think this is like more of like a fringe thing, but apparently it's common. As
Should we start groping women, Zerka, in America like the Indians?
definitely not.
I don't think they deserve it.
Not
American
yet.
women don't
Maybe the
deserve
dogs,
that.
right?
Well, how many of them actually do this? Like, do we have a percentage?
There's videos on Twitter like white women going to India as tourists, and then they're being swarmed by Indians, like a
Bro,
whole
it's like
army
an
of
it's
walkers
like an
from The
extreme
Walking Dead.
sport now. It's an extreme sport for white girls now.
I'm not gonna lie. Those white women aren't even human.
For real. Did you see, dude? There was a yeah.
Like,
Go ahead.
I gotta say, I've always shit on passport bros for like moving to a different country to play the game. Because they a lot of them look pathetic and stuff. But being in Europe this long, me and Sneeko realized passport bros got it right.
Yeah,
Bro, you
I've
ever see
always
They're
Indian
li-
I've
people's
always
toenails?
yeah.
hold on. The thing with the passport bro movement, I've never really made fun of them because the problem is valid. If Western women are terrible. They are. They simply are. I just can't. You can't refute that. Whether they're Canadian, American, British, etc., they're trash and they're terrible. So I don't knock the passport bro movement. I understand that it's kind of a needed situation for a lot of guys out there. But damn, dude, it's a sad situation that guys are literally going across the world to find a suitable wife. Like that speaks volumes as to where we are as a country, man.
Good.
100%. Now, does anyone actually believe that Barry, the funny Barry guy on Twitter, I don't, everyone's saying he got banned for the India stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's the Germany stuff.
No, no,
No,
no.
I
They
think
were
it's
saying that
India,
he got
bro.
mass reported. Yeah, yeah. They were talking about it. And he came
India
on No
went
Holds Barred
crazy. They all
yesterday.
mass reported him.
Yeah, he came on No Holds Barred yesterday and he talked about it.
Bro, the one time I've ever gotten like visibility limited was because I said Pudgy in a tweet. Like these guys do not take kindly to it. They come and
Well,
threaten me because I
Yeah,
just say
same
like,
here.
it's the entire tech industry is Indians, bro. I'm like the one white guy in tech. Every
Let's be
company I
serious,
work
guys.
for is an
Barry
Indian.
Stanton, he's literally like put a whole nation in another place mentally.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he got banned was really annoying. I thought he was hilarious with the memes and shit like that. And the fact that they like went ahead and banned them, I think that's bad because Twitter's supposed to be a free speech platform, bro. And guess what, guys? Hate speech is still free speech. So the fact that they got rid of him when he was making fun of Indians, ridiculous. And I think what got him banned was he posted something while saying like, "Hey, we owe this guy an apology," something like that. I think is what got him banned. But still,
Yeah, owe him one.
so it's annoying, man.
No, but Myron, I was about to say that Elon Musk is a dude. He said in an
Wow.
article he's Jewish by association, and his mother's too. So you should look into that. I know somebody already told you that a long time ago.
Someone mentioned it to me, man, but I gotta go back and look because I looked at his mom and she's not.
I think
Have
I,
y'all
I
ever
posted it
seen
on my
Yeah,
page, but the AI literally said that he's Jewish.
wait, have y'all ever seen
yeah. Well,
the Indians?
maybe we'll avoid this one.
Yo, have you, yo, Zerka or Myron, have y'all ever seen the Indian people that wear the flip flops and they have the really long toenails? Y'all ever see that? That's got to be like a health hazard, like they're bringing bubonic plague over here or something.
I don't know. My opinion of Indians is they assimilate pretty well.
Yeah, until they make food with their feet that they don't wash and they use cow shit to shower and piss.
That's
Aren't there a lot
actually,
of like millionaires and billionaires that are Indian though?
You know
yeah,
what,
that's
Like a
Zerka?
lot
I'm gonna
of
actually
serve you an Indian
completely,
plate.
bro, Zerka, that's actually a completely blown up thing because as an
Wow,
Indian, we, the
The
people,
one Indian on this space has a really shitty sounding mic. That can't be a fucking accident. He put cow shit in his mic, y'all.
Nah, Indian Groiper's base. He's a good friend of mine. He's really smart. He actually linked something like very crazy on
bro,
Zerka's base.
yeah. I got to Indian Groiper is the most loved dude in my community.
Yeah, we're
So
not talking about
go
his
ahead.
kind, like the smart ones. We're talking about the dumb ones. They literally worship cows.
bro, those people are like, we call them untouchables. We don't even touch those people. Some 500 years ago, if a untouchable shadow just fell on a Brahmin, he was publicly flogged. And those people are now shitting on the streets.
What would you compare them to, Groiper, from our countries, like Western countries? What would you call them? What are they?
Like
Blacks? Are they Muslims? Or what
the
are they?
niggas, the
But dude, we worship them,
Okay,
man.
guys, come on.
We can't take their name in vain. We give them like a bunch of free
Okay, we
money.
got it. All right, all right. This guy's trying too hard. All right, go ahead, Indian.
well, I have a conspiracy theory about the Indian hate that's being spreaded. I think that they're trying to artificially divert the resentment that the white people have towards Indians who are actually harmless, and you can just stop them if you want to stop legal immigration, like completely stop them. What they do in their own countries doesn't reflect on white people. But the real enemy that the white people are not allowed to speak about are the hidden hand, the people with the dreidels and stuff. You're not about to speak about them, but you're allowed to speak about the Somalians, the FBAs, the Tethers, the Indians. You're
Yeah,
allowed to be racist against everybody, and it's actually encouraged. If you make an Indian post right now, it will get millions and millions of views. But if you make a single post about the dreidel spinners, it will immediately get rate limited.
yeah. I even worry about mine because I'm like, I feel like they're gonna start censoring hard on the JQ again.
Berserker,
No, it is completely going to be completely eliminated from the internet. Once the election's over, you watch everything, even the Indian hate, the any kind of hate speech is going to be censored. It's just being allowed up to the election so Trump's base gets riled up. But after the election it'll all be over.
Indian Groiper, isn't this like a proxy war? Because like the censorship is coming heavy for people talking about Indians, because Indians are known to be very loyal to Israel. And this is a very interesting point because if you see these Indians and what they post on Twitter talking about Israel, it's all love, all one sided, by the way.
But
Stockholm syndrome.
So
do they
that's
really
because
love
they
Israel or do they just hate Arabs?
yeah, that's because they hate the Muslims. They don't have any particular reason for supporting Israel other than that.
Hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
interesting.
and Barry wasn't banned because of Indian hate. There's a CNN article about Barry. I don't know which article, but they said the World Bank was making advertisements under his posts, and they immediately banned him for that.
Well, 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 huh?
yo,
It's
so
always the
Zerka,
Always.
Cha-ching. Yeah, what's
Zerka,
up?
it's interesting though because he said you could talk about FBAs, but the reason Myron is on this account is because when we did a space, I brought up that FBA guy that crashed out on you, that threatened you, and he did the same thing, and Myron absolutely just demolished him. But then the FBAs went nuts, clipped out what the guy said to him, and got him banned from Spaces. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so this it's crazy. FBAs, I hate them. They got me a 12-hour
IV.
suspension too.
About the FBAs, whatever they call them. Isn't one of them albino? And they all have like criminal records. What's up with that,
Yeah,
Myron?
yeah, yeah, bro. Sir Major Myron, if you want to take this, but yeah, he's facing 87 months, bro. He blocked me because I posted his.
Yeah, he's basically he's he got arrested for
Lock these
fraud and
thugs up,
money.
Myron. I'm tired of them.
He got arrested for fraud and money laundering because he ran like a BLM Facebook account where he was basically collecting a bunch of money, and he used that money and purchased like guns and a house, and he bought like a property. So I always make the jokes now saying BLM stands for or FBA, sorry, stands for frequently buying ass. So
Yeah, they're BLM's number two, right? Like Vatican II, BLM two. Like, just let me scam you as an
yeah, buying
FBA.
lavish mansions. So like, yeah, dude,
And
he
what
got
was his
arrested for
excuse,
that shit
Myron?
by the FBI.
What was his excuse that you posted yesterday?
Oh yeah, he posted a lawyer, bro. Literally, if we could post it up in the net, Ivy, it'd be hilarious. His lawyer said that he's not highly educated and he accidentally like fell back into the donations. Like what?
Myron, he might be like Elon Musk. He might have Asperger's. You gotta be careful. Discrimination.
I mean, honestly, with the state of the American woman, he's probably right to go to the.
Mm. No, but you know, Myron, I sent you actually a DM of it. There's this lady, bro,
Yeah,
that
I'm
has
already
a.
on it, tweeting on my main account.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. When you post it, I'll put in the nest, guys. But yeah, suffice to say, 178 IQ, and look what she does for work. What she chose. Like, bro, they just take the easy way out, bro, and it's crazy. And you know, actually, Zerka, I wanted to touch on something you brought up before. If a 16-year-old
Yeah.
can trick someone, because this is the deviousness, like it's the laziness and the deviousness that they'll go for money, right? There's this girl I was dating, bro. She wasn't, but you know what she did? They always have something else that's wrong, bro. When she was she tells me she tells it as a funny story. She's like, when she was 16, she had this guy basically like Venmoing her money. That's why she had to burn her Venmoing her money like $600 a week because he talked to her and asked her for, and she what she did was she sent them fake someone else and tricked them that it was her, and it was an obviously legal person, right, that she found online, and then she started blackmailing him to get the money from him. So it wasn't even. Yeah, bro. And I literally like I was insane. It was insane. Like it's a red flag, you know. And what's crazy is the red pill, bro. You got to find it when you're single. Because when I first found Myron, it was from that punish bad behavior thing, and she was the one that sent it to me, laughing about it, and I laughed about it.
But
And
did you get a cut, IV? That's what I'm more interested in.
no, I cut her off.
She didn't
Bro.
give you any of that money.
No,
Nah, hell no. I got the hell away from that.
I still remember. I
Cock.
think that was the first video I saw of Myron. But I still remember when I found Myron. I'm like, I was surprised how much I agreed with. But a lot of the stuff he would say, I'd be like, oh, that's a little exaggerated. And I kept going on dates where I would give the benefit of the doubt, right? Like I was 70% of Myron, and he was statistic based, and I kept going on dates where I kept getting proven wrong, and I'm like, bro, I know I'm not a sucker. And every time I would hear Myron's voice say, I told you. And I didn't even know who Myron was. I just watched the podcast back then. And after like this happened, because it takes me a while to learn my lesson. I'm stubborn. After this happened like 7 or 8 times, me and my community just started watching the show like every day for a year. And it is crazy how the most red pill guys, if you're not keeping up with statistics, if you're not watching podcasts and stuff, you still up. There's so many of us who are like red pill who we still on dates because it's identical to like a karate master that doesn't train his kick.